Hey Pally, I'm Sarah Nash. Today's Tuesday, the 27th, and InFocus starts right now. Small gym will soon be filled with mass students. We'll have more. Students at schools in one state have the week off due to teacher walkouts. And Nornavade sits down with Kevin Kim to see what KPLY is up to. All that and more is coming up on today's show. Moving on now to today's campus bulletin, Pally's speech and debate team is hosting a showcase in the MAC Atrium tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. Dinner will be provided, and interested students should RSVP at the link on the screen. The 10th annual Career Month speaker series soon kicks off all over campus. Tomorrow, Eric Jensen and Sophie Tsang will be speaking in rooms 403 and 404. Eric is the CEO of Palo Alto Foods, and Sophie is an Elaine Pinnell broker associate. Free lunch will be provided to the first 150 students, and the event will start promptly at 11:45. Pally is hosting its first ever science fair during the month of April. Interested students should email pallysciencefair@gmail.com to learn how to sign up. There will be prizes for those in attendance. KPLY will be holding a live music show tomorrow on the Quad. Jam out to some 80s music and win a KPLY sticker and KPLY socks. The Junior Classes Remind 101 allows juniors to share opinions on issues relating to the junior class, as well as to receive general class announcements. Join by texting the message at Pally19 to the number 81010 or email pally19@mail.remind.com. The Princess Project Silicon Valley in Mountain View provides prom dresses to teens who could otherwise not afford them. They have 6 giveaway days, and teens who are struggling with the expenses of prom can sign up for appointments. Moving on now from what's going on around campus to what's happening in the world today, topping today's headlines. Schools in West Virginia are closed for the third straight day as teachers and educators in the state are participating in walkouts across the state, wanting better pay and health care benefits. The walkouts are gathering in the capital of Charleston to try to persuade lawmakers of their concerns. Leaders of teacher unions are hoping lawmakers will turn away from a bill known as Paycheck Protection, which would make the union members opt in yearly to have dues withdrawn from their paychecks. In 2017, West Virginia was ranked 48th in the country for average teacher pay. President Trump will be visiting California next month to look at the prototypes and receive updates on the construction for the border wall that he has proposed. This will be the president's first trip to California since being in office. He has rarely traveled to the west coast of the United States due to his strict immigration policies. There are 8 prototypes of the wall that are being built around the San Diego area. During his campaign, Trump repeatedly said that Mexico will pay for the wall, but the Mexican president has refused to do so. The president has made funding for the wall a top demand in negotiations to provide protection for the members of DACA. The U.S. men's curling team received a warm welcome home at Duluth International Airport in Minnesota, greeted with cheers, hugs, and chants. The crowd had been lined up to greet the athletes an hour before their plane had landed. The U.S. men's curling team had competed against the favored Swedish team to win, but ended up beating Sweden in the gold medal match and winning the gold medal for the first time. A public celebration for the Olympians is set to take place today at a local convention center in Duluth. This week, we wrap up with our Black History Month theme today in the History segment. This week in 1928, Carter G. Woodson created Black History Week, later turning it into Black History Month. Woodson was a historian specific to African American history. He was also the founder of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. I want to grab a mask because the Masquerade Ball is taking place this Friday. McKennedy Geronimo is on campus with more.
It's time to grab a mask and put on your alter ego for the upcoming Masquerade Ball this Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. Masks are optional, but for students who don't have a mask, some will be provided on a first-come, first-served basis. This dance is in the small gym and costs $5, but for those who have an ASB card, attendance is free. That's all from me. Back to you in the studio.
Now it's time to figure out who today's Guess Who staff member is. Today's clue is that he once sat in the cockpit of a space shuttle that was still warm from re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. Do you know who it is? Pally is known for its wide range of journalism electives and publications to choose from, but when choosing which one to join, it can get a little confusing. Cooper Kim catches up with many options at Pally. Cooper?
The Media Arts Center. Great architecture, excellent study place, scented bathrooms, and of course, home to great journalism programs. If you're a student in beginning journalism or a student looking to get involved with the many publications at Pally or even switch publications, it can be a confusing and hard process to decide which one you'd like to be a part of. In Madrono, Pally's yearbook and 98-year-old publication, students can look to contribute to work that many students will look back at for memories of their high school years.
One potential advantage that Yearbook has over some of the other publications is it does not require the beginning journalism prerequisite. Not only is your job important right now, but you're really building the primary history, the historical document for the whole school.
The best part is definitely the culture, and just it's a really fun time, be with your friends. We also got to go to Disneyland, which was pretty awesome. Well, you really get an eye for design and Photoshop and InDesign and making friends, taking photos, talking to people, interviewing, all that good stuff.
In Verde, a full-color magazine that comes out 5 times during a school year, students can look towards writing enticing articles while also potentially starting a smaller side magazine.
Verde magazine, which is kind of a news and feature magazine. Verde has also recently bred 2 smaller magazines, Veritas, the science magazine, and Via Verde, the student travel magazine. And we're hoping that these persist in the future and that they're part of what we call the Verde incubator.
I chose it because I talked to a bunch of people and they all said that it was the most social justice oriented magazine. I've learned to write under stress.
In KPLY, Pally's only radio publication, students can expect lots of creative freedom in order to cover their 24/7 operation.
KPLY is kind of everything because we have so much time. So students do podcasts on everything from like the history of Skittles to like famous bands and musicians to political issues. If you are interested in telling stories but you really don't kind of want to subscribe to just doing sports stories or just doing current event stories or just doing campus news, KPLY is a good venue for the ones that don't quite fit in.
In Campanile, Pally's most infamous publication and newspaper, students can look to cover a variety of stories within the 3-week cycles.
Campanile is a production-based class. We produce the Campanile. Students are writing stories, designing pages, taking photos, putting content online, and doing reporting in a 3-week cycle based on what they think will be interesting to the students of Palo Alto High School.
I chose it because I didn't really know any of the other ones, and Eric and another person was like, you know what, I'm going to join Campy. So I was like, me too, gang gang. So social skills, communication skills, really a big asset that Campy has helped me with.
For more InFocus, I'm Cooper Kim.
Mackenzie Geronimo is in the studio now with the latest in Pally Sports News. I'm sure a lot of the teams are happy to see that the rain stopped and the sun's out.
Absolutely, Sarah, and the fans are pretty happy too. The girls' varsity and JV softball team will be one of the teams that is very happy about the nicer weather. Today, girls' varsity and JV softball have their first game at 3:30 with varsity playing at home and JV playing away against Mountain View. Boys' varsity baseball will take on Sacred Heart away also at 3:30. CCS semifinals start at home today with boys soccer against Bellarmine at 4:30. Boys basketball at 5:30 against Archbishop Mitty, and girls soccer also against Mitty at 7. Good luck to all the teams with games today. Back to you, Sarah.
Thanks, McKenna. Now it's time to find out who our birthday boys and girls are for today. InFocus wishes a very happy birthday to Soren Holtheim, Kelsey Liu, Zihao Fang, Nathan Kim, Damian Valencia, John Riley, and Audrey Kernick. KPLY Radio plays some sweet tunes from all genres of music, but that's not all. Norton Vade sits down with Kevin Kim to see what Pally's 24-hour, 7-day-a-week radio station is all about.
Thanks. I'm joined by Kevin Kim from KPLY, who is here to talk about what the radio broadcast show is up to right now. Thanks for joining me, Kevin.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so what does KPLY do?
So pretty much what KPLY is doing right now is making high-quality podcasts and putting music into our 24/7 live music station.
Oh, wow. You have a really good radio voice, by the way, so
Thank you.
Great. Also, course selections are coming up.
Yes.
So if students are interested in KPLY or joining radio broadcast, what are the prerequisites for that?
So the prerequisite to join Radio 1 is to either do intro to broadcast or take the semester of beginning journalism. After that, after you take 1 year of Radio 1, you then go into Radio 2, and there may even be an honors course coming up next year, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah. So what is your favorite thing about KPLY? Like a little incentive for people who are interested in joining?
Well, I would probably say the 2 favorite things about KPLY for me is the freedom you have regarding the content you create and the kind of community you create with the people in KPLY, like while you're working on your own things. Because pretty much our publication is a little small right now. I think it's one of the smallest in Pali, right? But then because of that, we all have to rely on each other a lot more than, like, say, some big, like, New York Times kind of publication thing, right? So because it's so small and it's so intensive, the work you have to do with each other is, like, the collaboration you guys have to do with each other is so much. Then you really start to, like, create a bond with the. That sounds a little corny, but it's true.
Sweet.
I think it's true.
Great.
Yes.
Like team bonding, you know? It's
Yeah.
important.
Well, that is it for today's episode. Be sure to visit our website to check out old episodes, check the bulletin, or to send us an email. Have a great day, Pally.